It happens.
That's okay.
All right, well, welcome to the Roy and Matt Show. And you're seeing us on video today, right? On video.
Hello.
To do this.
They're taking the plunge.
Yeah. Oh, for those of you who download the podcast off of iTunes, or how would people have been asking, how do they download it off of like Android?
There's one app that I suggest getting. It's called Podkicker, and I had you get on that one.
That was crap. I couldn't do it.
And it is somewhat difficult to do. And I didn't realize that it was that difficult to get it set up. KaisCast is another one. It's hard to do podcasts on Android because they don't have iTunes to set it all up for you. Probably one of the easiest things that you can do on your Android phone is just go to
Roy by Apple?
No, I would really suggest not doing that. Go to royandmattshow.com on your phone, and right there it's going to have the links to download the episode right there to your phone, and it will play from the media player on your phone at that point. That's really the easiest thing to do. It's an MP3, and so it plays just like any other music on your phone. So it's actually really easy to do.
Can you make the Roy and Matt Show your ringtone at that point?
Yes, you could.
Nice.
There is an MP3 ringtone maker for Google Play.
It's nothing like a 50-minute ringtone.
I want the part that
well, no, it lets you cut it out. So
Logan says I'm exceptional at this. I want to make that my ringtone.
We should talk about ringtones.
Hold on. No, we shouldn't. We should replay the bumper music so I can say hello to Norway because we just shunned the whole country.
We're sorry.
We
Norway.
did. Well, what? Just throw it out there.
Yeah, just throw it
Hello,
out.
Norway.
Well, this is for you, Norway. Liam Neeson, ble, drit, av, ulvin, sug din, gra.
Yes, and
I said Liam Neeson was killed by the wolves. Suck it, the gray.
I hate the gray. We just talked about this.
Yes.
Brad was telling us about a guy who actually killed how many wolves?
The story I heard is a guy wandered into a wolf.
Can you
den
hear
and
him,
killed-
by the way? Because he's way far away from the microphone.
Yeah, just get right in there.
I'm in it.
Be friendly.
I heard he wandered. Now this could be completely unfounded hearsay on my part, but I
That's
heard
most
that he
things are.
wandered into a wolf's den and actually killed 11 wolves with a knife before the wolves finally took him down.
What a jerk.
Would have been a much better ending to a movie.
I'd like to see that story from the wolves' side of you.
You believe this guy?
They're just sleeping.
Yeah, we're just hanging out in our den, and somebody with a knife comes in.
I'm so tired.
Finally, after 11 of us, we finally took him down. We're heroes. That guy's crazy.
My question: why would you not take a gun? Like, why a knife? If
They
that's
got.
what-
Like I said, that could be this could be completely.
No,
Hold on. Did
Let's
the guy,
proceed like it's absolutely factual.
Did the guy?
Like that idea.
Hold on. Pretend like you actually know all the the facts.
Sure.
Was the guy in a plane crash?
Yes.
Did he strap broken bottles to his knuckles?
I think he had a knife, but that's possible.
Well,
I'd like to think he broke the knife into
taped
pieces.
Tape a knife to his hand.
that's crazy. It's still. I hate that movie.
Yeah.
By the way,
It was
Liam
terrible.
Neeson dies.
And that guy's from
and
Sacramento,
don't watch
by the way,
the movie.
that made that movie. The guy that made that movie is from
I
Sacramento.
hate that guy.
Good. Let's get him on the podcast so we can yell at him.
You know what? He's not podcast worthy.
No, he's not.
So,
Write a
Well,
better movie.
I have some.
welcome back to Brad.
Oh yeah, Brad made the transition, and he thinks he's been demoted, but you've actually been.
Laterally.
It's
a lateral move.
It's a lateral move. You went from guest to intern, and you'll notice that Jake isn't in the room. So
Sorry, Jake.
Yeah, no, we're not. There's nothing wrong with Jake.
Cream and sugar?
He just isn't here. Brad is taking over that role. So, do you understand what your duties are?
No.
I texted you the duties the other day.
Did you have him sign the contract?
Oh, to keep you on task.
Let's keep us on task.
Good luck.
Wait, no.
You need.
It's not to keep us on task. It's that when we go off task and they get confused, to just remind us where we were.
Gotcha.
So, do you need paper?
No, I'll just make snotty remarks.
I don't think you're understanding.
I don't
the
think.
role
Yeah,
of the intern.
we just when we designed the show, we designed it with an intern in
Gotcha.
mind. We could call
I'm from
it
a temp agency.
temp being the key word.
Very expensive temp.
So,
All right,
Well,
well, what do you want? You have something you want to
I
jump
have
in with?
something. I saw the.
I feel so liberated to point now that we have a camera, and I also want everybody in the camera world to look at Roy's hair.
and notice that I have.
This
hair.
is the reason that we
Yeah.
weren't able to do video last week.
We
No.
couldn't do video because your hair was long and unruly last week, and you got it cut
right.
in preparation for the.
And you know what? My principal didn't walk in on at any point in time
At any point
during
during your
that haircut. And didn't ask for a sandwich, which I thought was hilarious. We talked about that comment at length.
Did you still want to talk about the clicker or the clap?
Oh,
And
I
we'll
did.
go-
Okay,
okay.
Was that
we
on
can
here?
talk about
Yeah.
chlamydia too. Go ahead.
What does that have to do with
The clap.
The clap.
the clap?
Oh, whatever.
So-
Totally different. My bad.
So what we do with the audio and the video, the camera itself does not have as good a
like
microphone.
I feel like Cy drinking tea. It's not tea, by the way.
Cy, the guy that does
a monster.
Gangnam Style.
Who is this guy?
You've never seen Duck Dynasty?
Oh,
later in the
I've
episode.
seen Duck Dynasty.
Later in the episode. Okay, so
Yeah.
talk about the clap.
So what we do in order to sync the audio that we record through the microphones up with the video on the camera, we do clap, and I have to do it loud enough that the microphone on the camera can hear it, and also these mics can hear it. And when I put it together in production, it just creates this really big spike across the wave of the music or the audio, and so I just line them up, and they work out perfectly.
Well, now you're going to be confused because now you have two claps. So
I'm pretty
You
sure
could-
I can figure it out.
All right, well, you're pretty good at what you do.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
give you that.
You
All right,
know
so
what? That's a test.
So you ready?
It is a test.
Ready to start this hog?
I'm ready to start. Let's dance.
All right. So I watched. My son and I watched Red Dawn, the new one.
The new one. Okay.
Have I ever told you guys I hate remakes? I
And yet you build a whole
hate
segment around it.
remakes. And that was. Have you seen this movie?
Oh yeah.
You
oh,
saw
yeah.
it.
I've seen commercials.
Tell me you didn't spend more than $11.50
I don't think I've
with,
spent.
with popcorn and whatever else on that. What did you spend?
I probably spent $10 on the price of the ticket, and I probably smuggled in. If you really want to have a pleasurable movie-going experience, smuggle in a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
I've never done that.
And
That
just
sounds
eat,
awesome.
Eat yourself till you have a diabetic coma happen in the middle of the movie, and then just throw it on the ground when you're done because
On
you don't have
the
to clean up.
ground.
Yeah,
Say, look what I snuck in on you.
Yeah.
Ground.
yeah.
What else could? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. What else would you want to sneak into the movie theater just to leave for those guys?
I have snuck in tacos from Taco Bell. Too loud.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? A whole rack of baby back ribs.
Yeah, I want to steal one of those things like with a metal dome where you take the dome off and your food is in there. Like I was having
like a chafing dish.
fine dining
A
experience.
Oh, you're
Not a
talking about
shame.
the waiters come up like
Yeah,
you ordered room service.
They take
yeah.
the lid off, the dome off, and
That
it
would
shows
be-
you like your prime
I mean-
rib underneath.
I mean, if you're looking for something, if you're the guy sweeping up everything, and you come across, that's funny. But like what?
That guy's
like
just hoping to find weed.
Like a carcass or something. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you go to the grocery store and bring in the whole chicken,
yeah,
like a rotisserie
a
chicken.
whole chicken.
You're just picking. You leave a
That
chicken.
would be excellent.
Yeah.
I was thinking a full watermelon, and then you have a knife and you just cut it open, and each person eats half.
So
a
a bunch
watermelon.
of now it becomes the thing that we don't even have to bring in that food and eat it. You just bring in the remnants and just start leaving it around. I think that'd be awesome. What are you doing? Are you phasing us out?
That was a quick 5 minutes.
Oh, I really like this clip in SNL.
Oh, throw it on the ground.
I was actually trying to time it so just when you ended that comment about leaving it there, he would say, and I threw it on the ground.
Put it up.
The farmer's market with my so-called girlfriend.
This is the best one.
She hands me her cell phone, says it's my dad. Man, this ain't my dad. This is a cell phone. I threw it on the ground.
We do. We talk about this at least once a week in my house. I threw that on the ground.
Do you know what the
you
thing you did as a family? I can't wait till my girls are old enough to do this.
What is that?
When you said you had a picnic dinner outside on a blanket, and you guys were practicing your spit takes.
Oh,
We're good.
So one thing I was
back.
always jealous of was when you guys did your spit take dinner.
right. Oh, do you want me to explain that?
Well, I think you need to in case other people want to do spit take dinner.
So it was really awesome. So, the dinners in the I guess any meal in our house is generally pretty fun. It's pretty light. So we decided
You're fun eaters.
We're fun eaters. Like we'll get together and I'm gonna kind of open up the. I just have to apologize to my wife at this point.
You should look at the
Preempt-
camera. You should look at the
preemptive.
camera.
Tell him right to the camera.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I mean, you gave me permission to do the podcast, so we'll get.
Hold on, can I do her response?
Oh, what?
Sorry means never doing it again.
Yeah, well, that's whatever. It's gonna happen. So I don't know where it came. Somewhere along the way, I just grabbed everybody's hand. Like you're gonna like if you're one of those prayer people where everybody grabs each other's hands. We're not that. I mean, we'll pray at dinner and breakfast and all the other meals, but
Snacks.
we grab each other's hands, and I'm like, Swords and Family Dinner! Woo! And we'll start just banging on the table.
I could so see this happening.
And everybody's banging on the table. And then we go... And then we'll do what's next.
Does it create like a Pavlovian response where if your kids just hear that noise, they're like, I'm really hungry all of a sudden?
No, they all do it, and then Jill's like, she does it, but I mean,
half-heartedly.
Yeah. So when we had company over, we had like the missionaries over. I did it right, and then we do this whole thing where you have to do like it's gonna sound crazy. You cat style. And you go, wow, wow, and you like scratch, and then you're like, dog. And
you know what's funny? It's 30 seconds ago. I thought this was awesome. Now I think you're ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not embarrassed. I told you the other day. I'm done being embarrassed. Once you get to a certain age, you're
keep
done
explaining.
being
You
embarrassed.
keep explaining. And
So anyway, that's kind of some of the stuff that happens at our house. I mean, during our meals. So now we're outside. We're in our backyard. We're around the table, and. Gosh, what was happening? Oh, it was inspired by the scene in not The Office, Park and Rec. You know where where what's her name and Andy are doing their spit takes, and so I always thought that was funny. So we're in the backyard, and Jill tells me some news about what's going on, and I'm in the middle of drinking something, and I just spit. I go, "Are you serious? Is that what's going on?" And the kids are looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, you should do that. And then Ellen is like, hold on, Dad, tell me something. I'm like, you have to do your homework. She's like, she just spits everywhere. What? I've got to do my homework? And then Sarah, she loses her mind because at the time she's probably like 6. And so everyone's just doing spit takes with soda all over the place. And Jill is about ready to lose it. She's like, how about if I spit take in your face? And I'm like, do it. Do it. I'll respect you more if you do it. Just spit take. The kids will remember this forever. She's like, I love you too much to do it. I go, you don't love me enough to not do it. Spit in my face. And so she ended up not spitting in my face. But the kids love it. They still talk about it. So anyway, that's it. That's a spit take thing. And if you haven't done that, you got to do it.
Well, that's the why my daughters are 3 and 10 months, 11 months.
All right, I know
so
it's going to take a while.
I gotta wait, but don't think it's on my list.
I know it's going to be so long, so far away.
Well, I hope
they
when
do spit up takes.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, let's talk about vomit real quick.
All right,
Joy.
Gears.
This weekend, about midnight Saturday night, my youngest daughter decided to puke. Twice an hour, every hour from midnight to about 8:30 in the morning, nonstop.
Wait, isn't she a newborn?
She's 10, 11 months.
Was she nauseous?
How much does she have on her stomach?
Does she have suffering some nausea?
I would say she was nauseous.
Wait, 3 times? Was she nauseous 3 times?
Where's this going?
Does she have a nausea trois? 3 times, three nauseas.
It was such a long journey for that joke.
It wasn't a long
That was a
journey.
really
It took 15 seconds.
Hold on, but
That's a long time.
you're laughing and your mind is going wah wah wah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Where's the losing sound on Price is Right?
It all works.
Well, anyway, so then Sunday evening, we'd gotten the Pedialyte and the little pill. The doctor prescribed a little pill for her nausea. Do you want to say it again?
Single. Nauseous uno. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's only one.
And then Taylor and I were getting ready for dinner. I was holding Taylor and we were chatting. So I was just holding her like you normally hold a kid. We were just chatting.
How do you hold her? Like you're going to
By one
breastfeed her? Or what?
Yeah.
Do that again.
I was holding her by her hair and her ankle. Just no, it's just when they
Not on me, child.
No, we were. That's the thing is we were just chatting and she was in a great mood and I was just like, Taylor, do you want to play soccer after dinner? And she goes, oh yeah, Dad. And no,
I saw that on Pitch Perfect.
she hadn't complained of
Wow.
being sick. She had done nothing, and then and very clearly she'd eaten chicken nuggets,
Oh, no.
carrots, and it was all. I was just like, and I'm just holding her, and she's just like, She goes, Dad, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, babe, you're fine. Let the demons out. Do what you got to do. and this the smell of vomit and
oh man.
So we got
the pink slime turned to green slime.
Hold on. She vomited in his mouth the one time.
Yeah, but
right?
That was when she was like an infant.
Whatever. Right. You had somebody else's vomit.
You're like a bird.
Oh, so
the thing is
it's not like a bird. Bird, you just chew it. I mean, you can go, oh man,
reverse bird.
Yeah, those are M&Ms. This is like that's stomach acid and carrots.
The reverse bird. That's a new one.
Well, the thing is, my kids never get sick, and Taylor clearly doesn't know how to be sick because she's just like.
You laugh. What's your problem, Logan?
Some of that stuff just bothers me.
Oh, you're not a dad.
He's turning green.
No, I'm not. I'm not a
Vomit
dad.
in your mouth? Stomach bile just in your just
actually,
gargling it?
yeah, like when I was younger, I actually had a weaker stomach. Like the smell of vomit could cause me to kind of
vomit.
No, I wouldn't get that
peer
far.
Pressure.
I wouldn't get that far.
Well, here's what sucks.
Yes.
I'm not done. Here's what sucks.
All right.
It was like, well, Taylor's sick, and they're sick. When I was single, if I got sick, I'd be like, oh, this sucks. I'm sick. Like I'm gonna have like 2 rough days, and then you get married, and you're like, oh man, this sucks. Your wife's sick. You're like, oh, that sucks. I'm gonna end up getting sick, and we're gonna be sick for a week.
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. And you start having kids, and they're like, oh, awesome. One of the kids is sick. Our house is gonna be sick for a year.
Yeah.
It never leaves. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
And these people send their kids to school sick, and you're like, awesome, thanks for the biological warfare, you jerks.
Right.
Now I've lost 2014.
Misery loves company.
Yeah, and
you know what it is?
And I say that. We hung out with our friends, and they had their kids there on Saturday, and we went home Saturday night, and my girls got sick. So either
they were sick before.
Either their kids were sick before, or my kids were sick, and they gave it to them.
Probably. But you didn't know. It's when they know, and they still drop them off at your birthday party or the birthday party because they have to have that. Remember you talked about it a couple of weeks ago. That was like, they're like, you go, that's your time.
Yeah.
And women, moms, whoever they happen to be, they'll drop off their sick kid and know that they're infecting everybody else, like 12 monkeys, just to get their time.
Yeah, and here's the problem. Here's the problem. I want to rant on them, but I kind of don't blame them.
I know this is kind of like a D-Bags 20 non-parent thing for me, but I actually actively try and avoid kids now because I know that I know more that they are carriers of disease. Like I actively try and stay away from kids.
My daughter went to the doctor for her checkup perfectly fine, and she came back the next day and had like SARS. I swear, she's like she's leaking everywhere.
How do we not have like CDC camps at every school? Because I don't. How do they put that stuff to?
I think it depends on the doctor's office and who takes them to the doctor. Did you take her to the doctor?
No, my wife did.
Exactly. So I go to Kaiser one time, and I had my daughter with me, and I walk up there, and I've got Dockers in a nice button-down shirt, and
was your haircut?
I was trimmed up really nice.
It was video worthy.
Had you shaved that day?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, good,
I mean, I just had come from work. And so off to the right-hand side is what you're talking about, the quarantine. There's like a guy with an outbreak suit, giving people numbers. And these ladies looked at me, and they were like, oh, your appointment is with Dr. Fu Manchu, whatever. Go over here to the left. And I went over to the left. My kid wasn't any different than those moms over there, but I was in my own little area, no problem, and I went in, and I think they hate those moms that don't have to be at work, and so they just stick them over there, and then for the dad who for the dad who took time off of work, they were like, oh no, can we get you a water? Can we get you anything else?
Would you like a neck rub?
Would you like a neck rub? I was kind of waiting for that. I told my wife. Yeah, I told my wife. She was pissed because she's like, I have to sit over there. I'm like, I'll take the kids every single time. It was really a pleasant experience.
Well, that's the funny thing is, I feel like my kids never get sick. They're pretty solid kids. And now that Taylor's going into school, I'm like, oh, awesome.
They'll get sick.
I was all prideful, but now that she's going to be just in a festering germ area.
It happens
twice a week.
Petri dish.
So do you,
Petri dish. Thank you.
We kind of talked about some of my stuff that I wanted to talk about at the beginning. Did you talk about your stuff?
No. Hey, what do you got?
No. Brad had something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
hold on. Can you
It's a
flash
tease.
that up there
That's called
again?
a tease.
Commercial time before script bit. Okay, we're gonna have Brad talk about his one thing, one of his couple things, and then we'll go to commercial.
I'll let you pick. Do you want to? Do you want to
Hey,
hear?
get-
Do you want to
hold
hear
on.
more reasons about why I'm exactly?
Hold
like,
on, I just gotta bring this up while it's still fresh. I go to somewhat great pains to make things like
Sly.
the commercials and
Bring that
changing
back. Bring
topics
that back.
as clean and non obtrusive to
We
the topics and
stumble
stuff
all
going on.
over them.
And then I flash it up there, and all of a sudden it's like I
that
threw
say?
down the Great Wall of China in front of Roy. Like
time.
I spelled it correctly.
like
It doesn't matter.
It's like you
I
threw a
got old
hurdle into
eyes.
the middle of the 100-yard dash.
Yeah, I'm like, holy! I do all this
Way
stuff,
to go, Bobby Knight. Just throw
Jake-
the chair on the court.
Back when we first started the show, Jake and I had the whiteboard, and he and I were giving us hand signals
that
and stuff.
sucked.
And you guys
Which Matt and I just didn't
Oh,
even know
yeah,
what you were
that
doing.
was crazy.
Like,
That was
like,
crazy
those
'cause
guys don't even know what megabytes
We'd
are.
be trying to talk, and you guys would constantly like, "Oh," and Jake would have these big old honking weird toes, feet flying around, and I'm like, "If this was on camera, you guys would all get it." But and you're like, "Why do you keep breaking?" I'm like, "I can't." I can't.
Yeah. We were constantly breaking. So this is the same thing, but just different. So
very different.
what do you got?
So choose your
People
own adventure.
love that. People love going off of. They don't want it to
They
be
wanna see
clean.
The
behind the
point of this
scenes.
podcast is to pull back the curtain.
Right.
Yes.
Pull it back.
Yeah.
Show the wizard.
Show the chest hair.
We do have a camera.
I just want
I'm
to
not
see.
showing
I
it.
just want to know before we get into your thing, how many hot messes have you eaten?
That's you.
since
You know,
the last podcast.
I've only had one since the last podcast.
we call you hot mess now.
That's disappointing.
Matt's like, is hot mess coming? I'm like, hot mess is coming.
Yeah, I'm always down.
I thought about getting a hot mess, and then I was driving towards Jack in the Box, and I thought those look terrible.
No, it's so good.
Yeah, I actually saw the commercial today, and I was like, I don't know.
We gotta have one though.
Do it.
I'm gonna.
I should've
Tomorrow
brought- I
I'm
should've
having
brought a
one.
bag of them.
We
Hot
will take the
mess.
camera. Oh, darn, I was going to make it
think
an
I'm gonna
outing
do-
for the
I'm gonna do that
podcast.
tomorrow, too.
Everybody
Outing?
get together, take the camera, and videotape you guys getting the hot mess.
Nice. I'm in on that. I'm
All
in
right.
on that. That's a great idea.
That is for the audience because we love you.
I don't need.
Should we do our commercial now, or should we have him talk about something?
No, go ahead and finish up, and then
All right,
we'll
I'll do
take a
this.
commercial.
One's quick. This one's quick. So I had a dream after the last podcast.
Bow,
Matt-
bow, wow.
Matt, you were talking. What's that crushed red ice? What was that?
the Red Bull crushed
Red Bull
ice.
crushed
Red Bull crushed red ice sounds better. So I had a dream that I was in these like Winter X Games, but it wasn't crushed red
So
ice.
it was
We
a
were-
fantasy dream.
This was like because someone was talking about snowboard cross at the same time,
Yeah.
and in my dream, the event that we were in is like those old time saws, like where one guy stands on each end and you cut down a tree, like
Right.
going
Oh,
back
yeah.
and forth
They're-
on
yeah.
long saws.
Hand saw.
We were doing snowboard cross on like those long saws, so there was like a saw on one end. So when you crashed, it would just mangle everybody up. It was pretty excellent. This is coming from someone
Was
who's
it-
never snowboarded once in their life.
Was the saw like this? Like vertical?
No,
You were sliding on the
You were
saw?
standing on it, so like one end had like a saw blade on it.
Awesome.
And the next thing
Difficult to turn.
it
but
fades
awesome.
away, and I'm on Main Street Disneyland.
And with that, we're going to
And
take a quick
let's go to
commercial
commercial.
break, and we'll be right back after this. If you enjoy seeing movies at the theater, don't wait in line. Purchase your tickets through Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com. Click on any of the Fandango ads to purchase your tickets and have them sent to your phone, or print them out at home. It makes it fast, easy, and it's reliable. Get into your movies first with Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com.
And we're back. It's kind of more fun saying that with the video, but nonetheless, we have a new bit that we came up with.
Well,
Hold on.
yes.
There's a lot of bits that we come up with.
I don't know if you say came up with so much as stumbled into.
Well, the premise of this, we had a meeting, right? The three of us, with Brad.
We've lost Brad. He's playing
know.
Temple Run.
Looking for R2D2 sounds.
An R2D2 soundboard.
Well, hold on. Let me explain it. So we were having a meeting before this show in the green room, which means we're out on Logan's porch.
Yeah, waiting for him to open the door.
Waiting for him to open the door. And we kind of came up with this idea. And the idea was that we were going to do a table. Well, we were going to do a table read. And Matt's come up with an idea before.
Yeah, a
which-
long time ago. Actually, we had this. Robin and I were talking one day about the pod, and he and I kind of said it'd be cool to take crappy scenes from movies,
Right.
and then rewrite them ourselves to make them awesome, and then do table reads and read them, and then let both of our listeners weigh in on if they're good or bad.
And we could have done that, but I'm too impatient, so I wanted to do something tonight.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is this is the bit. Logan has the script in front of him, and I'm going to try not to look at it.
No, you and I should.
I want to kind of know.
We should do the script together, and then because it's going to be hard enough for him to play the third character.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So here's the redo. So Logan and I have this script in front of us. Matt has nothing, and we have the actual words that are going to be said. Matt is going to.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to remember the scene and do it.
Right.
Improvise
and come in, and then Brad, since it's a Star Wars movie, and I'm not gonna be Riken, am I?
No.
Right, General
Riken.
Riken.
Do you want to tell people? We can't tell them what the scene is, but this is from.
It's from Star Wars. Which one?
Empire Strikes Back.
All right, so here's the scene. We've explained what the bit is. The scene is I'm going to be Han Solo.
I'm going to be 3PO and just random other characters as necessary.
Wait, hold on. You can point to him for all Chewie or R2-D2 sounds.
Oh, I was going to do Chewie.
Okay,
no,
he's
I'm
going to
not
do
Chewie.
Chewie. All right,
I'm only R2-D2.
Okay.
All right, let's pretend R2-D2 starts the scene.
That's when he gets shot.
Sir, if I may venture an opinion.
I'm not really interested in your opinion, 3PO.
We're sitting in the belly of a lizard. Your opinion is valid, 3PO.
Where?
We're in a meteor shower belt in a big, huge snake-like creature.
There it is. Out. Listen.
I'm going out there.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Quit scrolling. I just got this bucket back together. I'm not going to let it something tear it apart.
Well, then I'm going with you.
I think it might be better if I stay here and guard the ship. Oh, no.
You're such a pansy, 3PO.
There's an awful lot of moisture in here.
Look, I'm not going to French kiss my brother. Knock it off with those jokes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Memock? What's that say? Minoc. Chewie. Check out the rest of the ship. Make sure there aren't any of these other things attached. They're chewing up some power cables. We're not going to get cable.
Hey, I'm going to go back inside, but don't do anything stupid like shoot the ground like an idiot.
Go inside. We'll clean them off if there's any more.
Oh, go away, beastly thing. Shoo.
Wait a minute.
Bang.
Really? All right, Chewie, let's get out of here.
The lizard is closing its mouth on us.
No time to discuss this. This is not a committee. It's a misprint.
Then we'll just float away like the rest of the trash.
Hold on, is that me? Sit down, sweetheart. We're taking off.
Look!
I see it.
We're doomed.
This thing has huge teeth that are closing down on us.
This is no cave.
I've been telling you that the whole time. Why won't you listen to me, chauvinistic pig?
End scene.
Man.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
That's exactly how I remember it.
This might be the worst bit we've ever done, but it might be the best. Only time will tell.
You know, what we could do is we could try one
we
where...
could never do that.
Where we...
Please.
We could try one where we have the script. And
what do you mean? We just
where everyone has a script, though. And kind of with the idea of doing a table read, and we can include the voices where it's just, you know...
I realize real quick right here, I can't do a table read. I can barely read what's going on.
You had the words.
I know. I had the words, and I just.
That's funny because I feel like I had the script. Like I feel like I was word for word Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Float out with the trash.
I remember Han saying a lot of what does that say? In the middle of the.
I remember Han in the movie going, "Don't scroll so fast."
What does that say? That's a typo.
Well, I guess my point is
That's a typo, 3PO.
I don't know if I could be like one of those actors that just has has to
know.
go by the script.
Part of what makes it easier to do the script, a script read like this, is you don't pay attention to. Besides studying it, you're not paying so much close attention to what the other people are saying.
What the actual words are.
Well, like I'll give you an example. When I look through and I see where I've got lines, I know where your line is going to be. And I'm hearing it, but I'm not really listening to it. I'm waiting for the keyword to hit, and then I know it's my line, and I've already...
He talks. I talk. He talks.
Yeah,
I talk.
exactly. And that's kind of how... And that's difficult to do with what I think you're trying to accomplish with the bit.
Maybe we just need this storyboarded out, and then we just do it.
I think we nailed it.
It was funny.
It was not... I don't know. I think it felt like a train wreck.
But like the
wreck's gonna be
funny
funny.
kind of train wreck where you're watching people just suck horribly at something.
I also think it's difficult when there's when there's more than two
Matt had it
people.
easy because no matter what Matt said was funny.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like Mad Libs. It's like script notes Mad Lib.
What if you did it though where everybody had a script though, and they're just trying to table read it.
What if everybody ad-libbed it?
Wait.
I'm going to need 3 adjectives.
That could be really hard.
Let's figure this out. You know what?
Let's just take
Listeners, email us your thoughts on that, how we can make that better. We'll try to get better.
If you're still listening.
Yeah, if you haven't unsubscribed in the middle of that, if you didn't just quit.
All right. Well, anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial, and we're just going to come back and get on with the rest of the show.
If you enjoy seeing movies at the theater, don't wait in line. Purchase your tickets through Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com. Click on any of the Fandango ads to purchase your tickets and have them sent to your phone, or print them out at home. It makes it fast, easy, and it's reliable. Get into your movies first with Fandango at ninethrowmedia.com.
And we're back. Welcome back from the last commercial. We're not going to slap this time. Hey, we were just talking about the ins and outs, the numbers of listeners that we have. Brad just recently went on Fandango and bought some tickets.
I did.
Fantastic. How many did you buy?
I bought 3 tickets. We went and saw Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, how was that?
What'd you think? I heard
It was on par with John Carter. How about that?
I don't know. I actually liked it a little bit more because I thought Nicholas Hoult is a better actor than the guy
Nicholas
that played.
Hoult, for sure.
For anybody that watched,
I like a really cheery Obi-Wan Kenobi. No matter what's going on, he's like super cheery.
He was one of the best characters in the entire movie.
Who's Nicholas Hoult, by the way?
Yeah, who?
Did you
Jack.
guys see Warm Bodies?
No.
He was he's
yeah.
actually a relatively new actor now. He's kind of turning into the new hot and coming actor.
Wow.
hot and
Hollywood.
coming. I've never heard that term, but
I always call it up and coming, but
Yeah.
hot and coming. But,
hot
Hot,
and heavy.
yeah, new up and coming.
I didn't like the CGI in that
Pixelate.
movie. I thought the
Pixelate
CGI
this
was
conversation.
terrible.
It's difficult when half your cast is CGI like that. I mean that's
And
it's
the
understandable.
background. And the background.
Tell-
And a large
Telling
amount of the
that.
background. Yeah, I didn't think they did that bad of a job though. I did like Oz more.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
yet.
the Great and Powerful.
you saw
See-
2 movies this weekend?
Hold on.
No, I saw Jack and the Giant Slayer the weekend before. And
Did
and
you buy your
Oz-
tickets on
Alright.
Fandango?
I did
Good
through
job.
our site.
Good job.
Ninth Row
How,
Media,
how
Roy
much?
Macho
How much
.com.
more does a Fandango cost?
It
Than
is
going to the theater.
It is $1.20 service fee per ticket.
You know what's another movie I saw? Is that movie where Medea Williams like fights the guy from Lost?
What is that?
Where he's like a
Wait,
cop and he's
Isn't
chased-
that Tyler Perry Presents Medea?
Yeah, well,
What
it's
is
like,
it?
But it's just Tyler Perry. He's not actually being Medea.
But what is the movie?
Alex Cross,
I like his book, the books. The Alex
you know
Cross
what?
books are
I
really
like
good.
the one.
the James
Andrew
Patterson books.
went
Yeah.
through the.
It was better than Jack and the Beanstalk, I guess.
Hold on. What's the one with Denzel Washington?
Which one?
It's not Alex Cross. It's
Antoine Fisher.
Antoine
Antoine
Fisher. I like that one better. It's like my favorite Denzel
I hope
movie.
you two just get
Okay.
this, on audience rip these two up, please.
So anyway, here's my point. My point is this. Maybe we should. I'm going to talk about this next episode too. You should tell your friends about this show. No, granted, not
Hey,
everything.
I told a
about-
lot of friends.
Not everything in this particular episode is awesome, but we're trying. We're making efforts.
Well, that's the thing is we want you guys to let us know what works and what doesn't work. I think table read
Needs improvement.
It
got
was
some ideas.
It was
We're
the
gonna
first. It was the first time.
We're gonna punch it up.
Taglines
There's
wasn't
plenty of
perfect
things
for the
I've
first
been
couple of
terrible at
times
my
we did
first
it.
time.
Mostly because I was doing plot summaries. But
Well, you know what? Turns out plot summaries is all right too.
Hey, I dominated taglines. I don't care what you guys are talking
So my point is this. I think that anytime people try something new, I mean, we're kind of going out on a limb here. I mean, people have said, "Well, what are you doing? And why do you keep doing this?" And I say, it's a hobby, but I mean, it's Logan. You're getting advertisers, right, for the whole thing.
And the commercials that we do, we actually have contracts with all these advertisers. We have contracts with Amazon and Fandango and Hulu and such. And
so all this kind of costs money to put together.
It does.
So what we're asking, we're just saying, help us out. If you're going to buy something, buy it off of our site as opposed to just going straight to Amazon or straight to
Mail your
Fandango.
check or money order, too.
So, and if you
see us, just give us cash.
Put it in my pocket.
Well, no. Tell your friends, because the way this works is the more people that actually download the show and the more exposure that we get, the greater likelihood that advertisers will come, and then as people download the show, the company will make money. And really the goal here is for us to break even, right?
And
then make money.
The idea, we're working on building an entertainment company. Like that's really what we're trying to do with Ninth Row and
Entertainment 720, something along those lines.
And Roy and Matt Show is one of the many productions that we would like to do continuously. And honestly, we all have jobs outside of this, but a lot of the guys in Ninth Row, we want to turn this into a functioning business that we can survive off of at some point.
So I just want to be able to hold on. My goal is to be able to be the difficult talent. So I need to work on the talent aspect of that.
Mm-hmm. Check. Yeah.
Well, the point is,
I'm nailing it.
The point is, you always hear people say, "Well, do what you love. Do something that make your career something you really love." You guys, you really like doing this, and so we're kind of jumping on the bandwagon here,
and we love it that you guys wanted to do this,
right? Because we bring a handful of listeners as of right now, a good number of listeners. And,
you're welcome.
And I think some of that is just maybe supporting people in the things that they want to do. If somebody wanted to go, I don't know, want to paint, I'd probably go look at their paintings. You know what I mean? I would do that.
Your art.
For the audience,
was the best
whatever
art
it happens to
of
be.
all the art.
For the audience out there, there's two ways that you can help support this show the most. And the first way is by sharing it with everyone, because
I feel like it's a PBS thing. Now, you can send money in, and you can be
it's a pyramid scheme, but let's not
be a gold level sponsor, and for that, you'll get a DVD and
for
a card.
every person you bring in, say every two people you bring in, they'll be able to funnel
they bring
through
in
you.
3 more listeners.
Yeah.
and you get $5.
We want to see at least 5,000 listeners on the Roy and Matt Show every month. That would be an awesome thing to see happen. Because if we can hit that,
wait, we're
4,900 and how many?
I think, but there has
we're getting there.
There has to be a point where things start to blow up.
And that's really, if we hit that 5,000, that would be where things start to really blow up, and we see a lot of really good progress. That's where we actually start making good return on honestly, a huge amount of time that all of us invest in these shows.
All right, give me an idea, Logan. Give me an example of a podcast right now that has 5,000 listeners.
BS Report.
BS Report, Mike O'Mara's show, the Adam Carolla show, the Rooster Teeth podcast.
That's the top of the food chain.
Well, yeah, no, but
what about the Sklar brothers? I feel like we could catch the Sklar brothers.
Yes. Now, I don't know what our exact rankings
We're coming
would be.
for you,
We're coming
brothers.
for you, Jason, and what's the other one's name? Randy?
Brother of Jason.
Randy and Jason Sklar, we're coming for you.
But the reality is that at least especially for the Ninth Row guys, we want to be getting to the point where we are the next Adam Carolla show, we're the next Rooster Teeth podcast, we're the next Mike O'Mara show. Like, that's the level that we want to be able to compete on, and we're trying to make a product that is sounds as good and is hopefully as entertaining for the audience.
We
as
nailed
those
that
shows.
today.
Well, I'll tell you this much: when we get to that point, I'm going to be so difficult.
The point is, though, I mean, you've listened to Jay Moore, you've listened to Adam Carolla. They said they did their podcast for a year before they even got traction, and that was. And
they were famous before they started
were famous
the podcast.
before they did it. I just think that when
hold on, real quick, hold on.
What?
Name this movie. He's so famous, he's infamous.
You mean infamous?
Yeah, okay, that's
Yes.
part of the line.
I know.
Three Amigos.
Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't get that.
The other...
I didn't mean to break up our begging
I've seen
people
that
listen
quite a few
thing, but...
No, we're not begging people to listen. We're just saying this is why we do
It's
it.
like a
I
live
mean,
commercial. Like, what made me think of that is that Alex Cross movie is because that whole movie is like one big commercial for Cadillac.
Oh my goodness,
I
yes it
didn't know
is.
that.
It's like even when they're talking, you see like
Yep.
Cadillac emblems reflected in the mirror.
Why don't-
It was really strange.
Why don't we have a Cadillac?
It's like
emblem?
who makes a movie in Detroit anymore either?
Oh man.
I'll tell you who. Transformers.
Well, the other thing I was going to say before we jump away
Chicago.
too far,
Don't ever prove me wrong when you're right and I'm wrong.
With Chicago, though.
the other way to support the show is go shop on our Amazon page. It doesn't cost anything additionally to do that. We just get the...
Click through, make it your homepage.
It's not even a click-through. We actually get paid on the sale. And then there's a lot of people that use Amazon for a lot of their purchases, and I love Amazon.
Right, but if they don't click through your website, then they won't know that it was you.
Right. But instead of getting paid per click, we get paid on the purchases that they make
Right.
through it. So the way to do that is go to royandmattshow.com, and right there on the right-hand side of the bar at the top, it says Amazon. And if you click on that, there's a little Amazon page. Search for anything you would normally search for on Amazon, and we just get the credit for it. And we really appreciate that. That's probably one of the
Is there
best
any way?
ways.
Is there any way we could find out what people buy that listen to us? Like, I'd like
Yep,
to
I
know.
can tell you right now.
I'd like to know if people who listen to our show are
I need a new
specifically
TV.
into like they're like,
Maybe I'll do
oh,
that.
the listeners of the Roy and Matt Show love nunchucks.
Or they, yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
They like
Yeah.
Yoda
No,
masks.
we're definitely not
Never
that
mind.
creepy to actually look and find out.
No, speak for yourself. I'm not
would-
saying I want to know the name, but I'd like to know who people.
I want to air people's dirty laundry. literally.
I don't want to air people's dirty laundry, but I will say this: that one of the reasons that we do this is that we both have done our stand-up stuff. I don't think that either one of us want to hang out in those clubs with that element on a regular basis, but this kind of gives us an outlet, and it's been a ton of fun. So
Yeah, it is
You
a lot
guys
of
have
fun.
both done stand-up?
Oh,
yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Excellent.
we should probably put a link in somewhere.
We
don't you
should,
think?
yeah. I'll add it to the things that we've talked about on the show for this week.
Yeah. So that'll be great. And we've said that we're going to post links all the time, and we never do.
No, we do. Have you not looked at Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
you
didn't-
you just mean to regular?
Hey! I Facebooked.
You joined Facebook?
No,
I looked for you. I couldn't find you.
that's insane. I'll never join Facebook.
No.
Oh,
Not-
I guess we'll be stuck at 200 listeners.
You won't get to
until
hear. You won't get to hear all the stuff that my friend tells Logan about. Then.
Well,
Oh my! I loved how
Logan's already ready to block me. It's only been a week.
Oh, little do you know, that was part of our conversation earlier today.
no, my wife came in. She goes, "Hey, do you know this guy?" And I went, "Hey, yeah, I do know that guy." And she goes, "Oh, he just friend requested me on Facebook." And I was like, "That's awesome," but I don't want to message him. So I typed in a message to him, and I was like, "Hey."
That's messaging him. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I didn't want to. Well, I typed.
That sounds exactly like messaging him.
Well,
But tell us what you did again.
I wanted.
We will judge if you
I wanted.
messaged him.
I wanted to send him my phone number
Oh my goodness!
and say, "Can you call me and we can catch up?" I haven't talked to you for like a decade, and I go, "Kel, is this going to be on the internet? I don't want people to know my phone number. I don't want that to happen." She's
You
like,
just want the random guy
I have
to
my
call
phone
you.
number.
I should
live
probably
on
take
my
that off the Roy and Matt
Facebook
page.
She goes, well, she told me that if you don't send it as a post, but as a message, only he gets to see it. I don't know. So I sent him a message saying, "Hey, give me a call, man. Let's catch up." Because it's been, like I said, like 10, 12 years. And it's the first time I've ever, that's the only interaction I've ever had with Facebook.
Did he call you back? He's like, "Matt, what are you wearing?"
Yeah.
It's the first time I gave my phone number to a guy on the internet. But waiting to see how it works out.
That was an old buddy of mine. And
Did he call you back?
you can make this creepy as you want, but you guys are all on Facebook,
That's right.
and I'm not.
But our phone numbers
I'm on
aren't.
Get Out of My Facebook.
I don't know. That's my only Facebook. And people always say, people have told me like, "Oh, once you start, it's addictive," and I wasn't. addictive.
I don't know
at
if
all.
it's addictive.
It's only addictive when you have a lot of time
I
on
would
your
say
hands.
there's a lot of people that are totally addicted to Facebook, but
Those are Farmvillers.
I think that's a different discussion for another day about addictive things like that, because that could actually get into a big long thing about people and not having self control. It's the same thing as like
I don't know.
Like I said, it's only
we
when
can
you have a lot
talk
of time
about
on your
it.
hands or you're addicted to it.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Here's the only drawback to not being on Facebook is people make Farmville jokes,
And you don't get it.
and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, I will say the funniest thing that we did with that I've had, I think, was Farmtown, and Sarah liked to get on and like farm. It's not like I'm going to have Sarah have her own Facebook page because somebody in my ward would friend her, and then I'd have that fight on my hands.
For the third podcast.
Exactly. I know. Brad's wife agrees with me. So listen. So what she ended up doing was she ended up buying some. I told this story before. Anyway, she bought a bunch of llamas, and when you buy anything in
Are you sure they weren't alpacas?
They could have been alpacas. I don't know if they spit or not.
Okay.
So anyway, she buys these llamas, and then
Does that cost you real live dollars or just
fake dollars, whatever. I don't know. I had to trade seeds or
You
something
can
for
spend
it.
live dollars.
You
on
can. That's how they make money, right?
That's how they make a ton of money.
A ton of money. So anyway,
Well, that's the problem. I would like a ton of money. I would like that.
then you need to invent one of these.
But I
Yeah,
don't
you need to be
wanna
doing
do
this
games.
Farmville, not Podcastville.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, then she sends out, because after you buy these things, it says, "Do you want to share this?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I totally want to share that." So she sent it to everyone, and all my other friends are like, "How are those llamas doing?" I'm like, "I don't even. This is so."
I had
know,
this
now
exact conversation with my wife today. I'm like, nobody wants to hear about your bubble pop score. I'm like, don't put that out there. It's stupid. It's like, but Kim might send me stuff from her village. I'm like, what are you talking about?
See, I want to be able to laugh at how dumb this
don't
is.
know
I
how-
just don't get it.
I'm like, I want to be married to somebody different now. I want you to go away out of my life and bring someone back who doesn't do this.
So I have another friend. I know you're going to type that it's time to go.
I guess I'm not typing that anymore.
So anyway, I have another friend who flat out he got so pissed at his wife. She had this great farm, I guess. What? She had this awesome, huge farm that she had going on, and he's like, "Why don't you just instead of like, I don't know, mowing fields for like fake effing dollars, why don't you go make some real effing dollars?" Right?
You can.
If you
I
would
think
spend
you can
so
get all
much
that stuff
time,
and you can like sell it to people.
To
because
who?
You have like too many alpacas, and other people want your alpacas. At a
yeah, but how do you do that?
I don't know.
People should even know about
I'm
that.
contemplating unsubscribing to this podcast based on this conversation.
I'm just saying,
This
it's
was
crazy.
an Always Sunny episode, by the way.
Was it really?
Yes,
It was
it was.
excellent.
I was actually totally thinking that. It is.
Nah, you need to watch more TV.
Well, have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Charlie rules the world.
Charlie's voice pierces my wife's soul. And if it's on, she's like, "Turn it off!" She cannot
He's the best
function
part.
when that guy's speaking. I've only seen like 2 episodes because the sound of his voice
So funny.
it kills my wife. So I have to like sneak it. She has to like be asleep or something like that, and I have to listen to it real quietly.
All right. Well, if you just gave me the cue,
Yeah.
you gave me the cue to wrap it up. Does anybody else have anything until we come back and we talk again tomorrow?
All of you say no.
Tomorrow is a little bit of game show. I think we came up with another bit where we're gonna do table reads too. So you want to tune in for that, or we might not. But nonetheless, this is our first video thing.
Good to see you.
And with
We'll be
that,
wearing the same clothes tomorrow.
Goodbye.
oh my gosh,
Did you forget the word?
this is gonna look cheesy if we don't have something different on. Let's all switch clothes.
It's fine.
Let me borrow your shirt.
All right,
I'll go upstairs.
Until tomorrow, what do we do? Do we blow a kiss or something?
You can do whatever you like.
I'm Matt.
I'm Roy.
I'm producer Logan.
I'm Brad,
The what?
the intern.
The
Oh.
end.
And it's not a bad
internist.
thing. The internist. All right, until tomorrow.
Bye,
we will see
everybody.
you.
Take it easy.